consciousness and self-awareness, helping each other to develop, grow, and expand. Remember, as you are coming in, to like, share, and invite. Let someone know that we're live here on Facebook for another segment of Mind Matters Mondays. Well, hopefully you remember to bring your M&Ms because we have something to talk about this evening. Remember, as you are coming in, to like, share, and invite. Let someone know that we're live here on Facebook for Mind Matters Mondays. Well, welcome to another segment of Mind Matters Mondays, where we're promoting thought, consciousness, and self-awareness, helping each other to develop, grow, and expand. Remember, as you are coming in, to like, share, and invite. Let someone know that we're live here on Facebook for another segment of Mind Matters Mondays. Well, hopefully you remember to bring your M&Ms because we have something to talk about this evening. Remember, as you are coming in, to like, share, and invite. Let someone know that we're live here on Facebook for Mind Matters Mondays. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We do apologize. We were having some technical difficulties, but if you're coming in, let me know that you can hear me. We are live. We are live. We are live. Listen, we missed you guys on last week, and again, I'm excited to be back with you. We do apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are live right now. Listen, we are in divine gratitude, and again, we are thankful, appreciative of life, appreciative of the opportunity to be able to share with people each week and you're on your journey. Again, we're excited about that. We're excited about being able to speak into people's lives and assist them along the journey. We always say that we're not here to alter it, but we are here to help assist. And so again, we're excited that you've joined us tonight. Listen, we're not going to be long. I'm going to share with you what's been on my heart for the last couple of days. And again, I'm excited about where we are and what's going on in the earth when it comes to us as beings in representation in the earth. And I'm excited about every gift, every ability, every talent that is represented, every individual that I come in contact with that have a grace, an anointing, a talent, a gift on your life. I'm appreciative of that because I get to see a part of what we call God in you. And I'm not looking for some in the sky, but I'm talking about I can see that in you. And so I'm excited about that. Listen, we're going to get right to something that's been on my heart. It hit me on Sunday. And I wanted to share this because every one of us go through a season where we just want to just throw in a towel. We don't want to do much. And I had been on that little trail for a minute. I just feel like, what is this all about? You know, and sometimes we question it. Let's be honest. Sometimes we question it. And I want you to write in the comments as I'm talking about this. Have you ever been to that place in your life where you just question it? You just wanted to give up? You didn't want to really do it anymore? You didn't want to do some of the things that you feel like you should be doing? And that has just been me. It was like a stupor. It just came over me one day. And I was like, what's going on with me? But listen, that's life, and life is going to keep on lifing. And I felt that so heavy on me Sunday. And as a bishop was talking, and he began to share, and immediately after he shared, he began to speak to the presbyter. And immediately it just hit me in my belly, like, wow. And he felt the weight of that. And it's good to have people in your life that can feel the weight when you're going through. This is what I'm talking about. I've been talking about this for months, about being spiritual people. And I was having this conversation with my cousin this morning as I was walking the dog. And we were talking about knowing one another by the Spirit. And I began to tell her, I said, you know, this is how I know that this is a true fact. Because I believe it was Apostle Walker. He had came in my spirit one day, and I just texted him. And he said, bro, he said, you just don't know when you sent that text what that did for me. That's knowing one another by the Spirit. And my cousin said something. She said, I know it's true. She said, because Tony, I could literally say out of my mouth, hey, so-and-so, I need you to call me because I need to hear your voice. And immediately she said they will call. And this is how you know one another by Spirit. You begin to pick up. Don't take it for granted when you see someone's face. Don't take that for granted. Immediately
if you just don't do anything but say their name in the wind, begin to say that, begin to call their name out. And I'm telling you, it works. It works, you know. And I see Pastor Russell say, yes, it didn't feel like it any longer. You know what I'm saying? So we go through those moments in life, and life just life. You know, hey, cuz, how are you? And life begins to life, and you get to those places in your life where you feel that way. But it came across me so heavy, and when Bishop said it Sunday, he said it was like a weight just dropped on me, and I began to speak over the presbytery. And I just put in the chat. Because, you know, and I'm going to tell you something else, too. We got to get out of this mindset of being ashamed of where we are. You got to get out of that mindset of being ashamed. If you don't feel it, you don't feel it. Let's be honest and tell the truth. I just wasn't feeling it. And so, but when when he said it, I immediately put that in the chat in the Zoom. Because I was like, thank you, Bishop, for doing what you did. I said, because I really was ready to just walk away. We have got to be honest with ourselves. And this is how you know when you are a spiritual being. When you can really be honest about where you are in life, how you're feeling, and all of that. So it's amazing because on Saturday night, this came, it was actually in my sleep. And I began to hear this. And I want to share this with you because I want us to get to the point where when we receive wisdom and knowledge from our spirit, I don't want us to continue to operate as if that's not normal. Sometimes when we hear something that's profound, we hear it from someone else, it's profound and it's like a revelation. It's like, oh my God, you know. But what I heard was so clearly in my sleep was this should be natural to us. This should be natural. When we receive, it should be a natural flow for us to walk in wisdom. It's a natural flow for us to walk in wisdom. It's like you're breathing, wisdom. Wisdom it lives in my spirit. And so I live that outward. I live it from who I am out, and it's seen around me. I am a persona of wisdom. My life as I walk every day is a walk of wisdom because I'm being led from my spirit and not from the things that are around me. And so what I heard in my sleep to share this evening was about Revelation. I'm not talking about the book of Revelation. I'm just talking about Revelation, period. A lot of times we get caught up when we get a revelation. But I want you to understand that revelation should be natural for us. This is what Spirit gave me. You know how we receive a revelation and how astonished we are when we come across it, or sometimes we are so touched by the hidden wisdom and we marvel by what we hear and what's being revealed. We marvel over that. Or we hear a word. Sometimes we'll go to church and we'll hear a word that's taught. There you go, cuz. Revelation, enlightenment, right? This enlightenment shouldn't be astonishing to us. It should be natural to us to walk in these enlightenments. And so it should be like it is second nature to us. It is the very nature of who we are, enlightenment. So everyday things are being revealed to us and they become natural to us and we begin to walk those things out. It is a natural flow in life to live in enlightenment. So, or we may hear something, we go to church, or we may go to our guru. You may hear something from your priest. You may hear something from your pastor, your apostle, whoever that might be. And you're completely moved by it. That's it. We're learning. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, that's what life does for us. We learn as we are flowing. And it becomes natural to us. We hear And 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 even like with our leadership, our chief apostle and our bishop, there's a word that might come forth, and we're in awe of what we have heard. Now, I'm not saying that when we hear these things that we downplay our leadership, we downplay our gurus, we downplay our priests, we downplay our mentors, we downplay, the things what we glean from. I'm not saying downplay that, because I know if they were watching me right now, they would back what I'm saying tonight, right? They will back what I'm saying. But what we do with what is revealed or taught or heard is of great significance. So when we're hearing them teach us and you're hearing me talk, it is of great significance. Why? Because when we hear it, there is something that we must do with what we hear, and we must work that, right? Our spiritual father would say to us, it will work if you work it, or it'll work if we work it. If the wisdom that we receive, the uploads that we receive, if we will work that, it will work. So what I heard Spirit say is that what is revealed, taught, or heard is not so much for us to walk in astonishment or amazement, but it should be a reality to us. It's a knowing. It's spirit essence. That's what it should be to us. Spirit essence. What does that mean? Real, our nature, our quality of life. We become walking revelation or walking enlightenment, the embodiment of revealing and communicating in life. This is who we are. Every one of us are individually made, but there is a uniqueness about every one of us that is revealing in life, right? I said this before, that every one of us is a spark of what we are created from, and there is something uniquely about you that is necessary in my life, just like there is something unique about me that is necessary in yours. And we even have to see that in our life partners. We have to see that in our friendship. We have to see that in life itself, in creation, in nature. We have to see that it's communicating and revealing life of a divine truth, or of the divine truth. Where? This is the very mind of God, that which is very natural to us. It's something we got to seek after. It is a part of who we are. And so we must embrace that. It is the natural enlightenment or revelation. The mind of God becomes natural. There is also a scripture that talks about that, how that we can know the mind of God, right? And so here it is. This should be natural to us. What is being revealed or enlightened, or we've been enlightened with, becomes natural to us, and we live in the knowing. You remember I started talking about this knowing, right? I started talking about this knowing when I was actually on with Apostle Walker and Pastor Becky Walker, I'm sorry. And we started talking about that knowing. Talking about that knowing and how we're to live in that. That's how we're supposed to operate, in the knowing. Nothing should be catching us off guard, because we are walking in the knowing. We know. It's not surprising to us. We're not caught off guard. We're not in a place where we're so surprised by something that hits. But we already know it. And I said, and this has been my confession. Most of my life, I'm never caught off guard. I've made that confession for so many years. And I'm telling you, it works. I've made that confession. I'm never caught off guard. I'm never caught off guard. I'm never caught off guard. There's always something that I will see, I will dream, it will come as a thought, it will upload in me, and I'm never caught off guard. There are certain things I'm supposed to do, and either I remember it, I'm never caught off guard. Right. So I make that confession every day. So we were talking about moving from a belief, right? Belief means that we have accepted something as a truth. Now, just because you believe something doesn't always make it to be true. We believed a lot of things. I said it before. We believed a lot of things that were not true, right? You believe Santa Claus is real, but that's not true. You believed in the Easter Bunny, but that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? So we believed Jesus was born on 25th of December. That ain't true. That's not true. So we believe means that we have accepted something as truth. But just because you accepted it as truth does not mean it is truth. Right? So, and then we looked at the definition of faith. Faith means that it may be true. Doesn't mean that it is true. It just may be true. You can have faith in something that may not be true. All right? So it is it's in us because it comes from our DNA, right? It is in and my cousin just said it, it's in the genes of our ancestors that will lead us to truth. And see, we walked away from even that, believing in that, to believe something else that someone has said. And so we've leaned into that, and we have not leaned in the fact that it's actually written in our DNA. Come on now, to know truth. It is in you. And this is why the Bible does not surprise me when it says, and the Spirit will lead and guide you into all truth. It didn't say church truth. It didn't say religion truth. It said all truth. So there are truths, right, that may not have been written in the 66 books that are being revealed to us. Why? Because we're being enlightened. We are awakened. We have revelation. And every day something is being revealed to us that it does not astonish me that I'm finding these truths. But I understand that I am walking in that. And what I walk in and seek after, I'll find it. Why? Because I'm doing the work. And if you work it, it'll work. But it takes us digging. And so we dig and we search and we ponder and we ask. And it is revealed to us because we have put it out there. The wind, the elements, creation is bringing to us what is necessary for us to know. As you keep living, life will reveal. Okay? And so knowing means that you are certain about that truth. This is why we must live in knowing. We must be a walking essence of knowing. That knowing means that there is more to be absorbed. I'm walking as knowing. And so the reason why I brought up believe, faith, and knowing, because we must create a distinction of these in order to invite a quality of greatness of possibilities, right? Oh, my God, my God, my God. We've got to bring a great distinction between these three I just said, believe, faith, and knowing. Why? In order to invite a quality of greatness of possibilities in our lives, in every area, there is a knowing that transcends our intellectual knowledge. Because this frontal lobe has been loaded, right? It's been loaded with things. But there is a part of us that transcends that. It is beyond our ability to think and to understand ideas and information. We have an upload that comes from where we have come from and what we are created from. And so we have to tap into that. What is that? That is the real you, where you come from. Knowing This is what knowing does. Knowing is certain of healing. Knowing is certain of breakthrough. Knowing is certain of our deliverances. And we are constantly going through deliverances. And I'm talking about this stuff where you fall on the floor, you spit up in buckets. I'm not talking about that. Oh my goodness. But deliverances, pulling back these layers that have been piled on top of us. This is what the deliverances I'm talking about. Pulling back the layers. Abuse, traumas, pulling back the layers, come on now, of neglect, pulling back those layers that have been piled upon us and reaching, these are the deliverances that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all this other stuff, this mystical stuff. I'm talking about real life situations that have built layers, come on now, in your life. And it seems like you are in a, how can I describe this? It sounds like you're fighting to get out of this, right? So this knowing is pulling back those layers. Knowing is certain of wealth. Knowing is certain of prosperity. Knowing is certain of wholeness. Knowing is certain of wisdom. Knowing is certain of decision. I'm not making haphazard decisions because I know, right? I know what quality decision to make for my life that is going to be beneficial to me, that's going to be beneficial to my offspring, that's going to be beneficial to my spouse, that's going to be beneficial to my neighborhood, that's going to be beneficial to, come on now. That's going to be beneficial to things that are connected to me. So I have a knowing on how to make the right decision. It's in me. It's an upload. It comes from what I'm created from. It comes from my DNA. It comes from my ancestors. I have a knowing, right? So healing must be known. It is revealed to me as I walk. Come on now. As I search, as I ponder, as I ask for it, it is revealed to me. Healing must be and is known. Knowing is certain. Knowing is certain. Breakthrough must be and is known. Deliverances must be and is known. Wealth must be and is known. Prosperity must be and is known. Wholeness must be and is known. Wisdom must be and is known. Decision must be and is known. It is certain. 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 There is no doubt about it because I am knowing. That is my confession. I am knowing. When I get up in the morning, I am knowing. When I lay it down at night, I am knowing. When I rise the next day, grand rising, great rising, I am knowing. And pull that I am together. Don't separate it. I am knowing. I'm knowing. So I know how to make the right decisions. I know what's necessary in my life. I am knowing. And so I'm walking in that. I'm walking in the absolute assurance. It is certain in my life that I am knowing. And I'm going to know what to do. So there is no task. There is no job. There is no application. There is nothing that is put in front of me that I can't learn. Come on through here. Come on through. I can learn it. You're not putting a problem in front of me that I can't seem to be able to walk through it because I'm knowing. I'm knowing. I know how to maneuver. I know when to spend. I know when not to spend. I know when to store. And I know when to, come on now, to eat from what I store. I'm knowing. I am from that which I'm created from. Because what I am created from is all knowing. So I'm knowing. I'm walking in it. I'm walking in absolute certainty. And I'm not caught off guard. I'm not bamboozled. I'm not taken advantage of. You will not trick me into a contract because I'm knowing. I'm knowing. I have the ability to interpret what I am reading. I comprehend because I'm knowing. Come on through here. This is why you won't get tricked in this hour, because you are walking in knowing. I am. I am. And so I walk in that I am. And I'm going to live in that. And ain't nobody going to change that about me. Because guess what? I am created from that. So I'm telling you that it's certain. There is a certain about knowing. I set up, when I heard this, I set up and I said, wait a minute, hold on. Back this thing up, back this train up. What you mean? You are knowing. Yeah, you know what the mind of what you're created from. You know the mind of what you're created from. And what you're created from is not going to lead you into uncertainty. We're going to leave it just like that. I'm finished. I'm done. What you are created from is not leading you to uncertainty. It is when you lean on your own intellect that we make crazy decisions. It is when you lean on your emotions alone, because people who sometimes are emotional will eat more. People who are emotional will buy more. I'm not led by my emotions. I recognize and I literally accept my emotions. I embrace that, but I've learned to control them. Why? Because I'm knowing. I know where I am. I know what I'm capable of. Come on, because I'm knowing. I know what I will do. I know what I will not do because I'm knowing. So I keep myself, come on now, disciplined. I don't need nothing outside of me to discipline me. I don't need nothing to beat me into submission. I have learned to discipline my own self. I know when and when not, because I'm knowing. That's not cockiness. That's an assurance of a certainty that there are certain things I'm just not going to do. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself in a compromising position and literally hijack my relationship. You got to know you. You hear what I'm saying? You got to know you. So I need nobody, no driver and no slave master to beat me into submission. I am disciplined because I'm knowing. I'm not going to sabotage my job by doing something that I know that will cause me to be cut off. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm knowing. I'm not going to self-sabotage myself because I'm knowing. I love you too, because I'm knowing. And so I realize that. And so that's my way of living. And that's where I govern myself. I don't need you to tell me to stop at an intersection and I see that there are cars coming from every direction. I know to stop. Why? Because I'm not putting myself or my passenger's life at jeopardy. Come on through here, y'all. Come on through here. And that says a lot. We got to know when to put up our own stoplight. Know it. Nothing outside of you has to tell you to stop. It is within you to know, oh, that's a little bit too much. And it ain't about religion. It ain't about following some guidelines. It is about knowing you, right? And you know what you are capable of. You know you. And this is what I'm talking about. We trying to know God, but we don't even know us. And this is what I'm saying. You got to know. You got to know. So it's about I'm knowing. I'm learning me. I'm learning, Pastor Linda Russell. I'm learning me. You see what I'm saying? Patricia, I'm learning me. This is our confession to ourselves. I know me. I'm learning me, and I know me. I'm being educated by me. Come on through. Me is educating me. I'm being educated. This upload is happening. I'm being educated in how to walk out what is uploaded in me. I am knowing. And so I'm living that thing out. Day by day, I'm learning. I'm learning these new tricks, new steps, new ideas. I'm not astonished by them because I'm growing up, right? I'm growing up. It's almost like a child learning. Listen, I'm taking these steps, and one day I'm crawling, and the next day I'm walking, and the next day I'm standing upright, and I'm strong, and I'm walking through it. You see what I'm saying? So we know ourselves, and so we walk in that, guys. Huh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So some keys for you. Meditation helps you. Journaling. Listen, write it down. Breathing, taking breathing exercises. I told you all before, do some grounding. Get your feet on the ground. Get in the grass. Begin to walk in it. Put your feet in the sand. Let the water run between your toes. Ground yourself. The electromagnetic field that flows through you, you're connected to the earth. You're connected to creation. Ground your feet and walk in knowing. Awareness, go beyond thinking, moving to the space of consciousness where you can be the observer of your own mind. Oh, I can fall out this chair right now. Come on through. Plant you some food. That's my cousin. I got to put that in the comments. Plant you some food. You hear me? Learn to eat from the earth. So move into a space of consciousness where you can be the observer of your own mind. The awareness behind the thought process. Where did this thought really come from? I'm the observer of my own mind. I need to know where this thought originated. Is it my thought or is it somebody else's? Come on through. Come on through. This is how the God mind is infused in your life, is that you understand that I'm the observer of my own mind, and I have an awareness behind the thought process. Where did it come from? And why do I thinking the way I'm thinking? Where did that originate from? Is that me or is that somebody else's teaching, somebody else's voice? Who told you that? Go back to Genesis where, and we'll use this, it was said that God said to Adam, who told you you were naked? So some other voice has been telling us and dictating our steps, our ordinances, how we are to conduct life. You get behind the veil of your mind and observe where that thought is coming from. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm completely done now. It'll work if you work it. That's all I'm going to say. As my spiritual father would say, it'll work if you work it. Listen, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, guys. I'm telling you, thank you for joining. Thank you. Okay? Thank you for joining. Listen. Thank you for joining this week's segment of Mind Matters Mondays. I need you to join me again next week at the same time at 7:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Mind Matters Mondays, where we're promoting thought, consciousness, and self-awareness, helping each other to develop, grow, and expand. Peace, and I'll you guys again on